We are glad to welcome you to our channel. Kindly subscribe to our channel and share our videos with your friends and relations. And click on the bell icon for instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded on this channel. Rest assured that we are going to have a very exciting and inspiring discussion. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Hello and welcome to today's video on how to answer West African Senior School Certificate Examination questions with ease. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to learn English with past WASSCE English questions. In other words, we are going to go through specific past WASSCE English questions and learn how to answer the questions, and in the process we learn English grammatical principles that are very important for effective English communication. I am Benjamin from English Classes Online. Let's dive in right away. Now we are going to illustrate with WASSCE June 2020 English Language Objective Test Questions. Let's begin with section 1. In each of the following sentences, there is one underlined gap. From the list of words lettered A to D, choose the one that is most nearly opposite in meaning to the underlined word and that will at the same time correctly fill the gap in the sentence. So these are questions on antonyms, words nearly or most nearly opposite in meaning. Let's begin to look at them. Number 1, a guest should not make derogatory remarks about what he is offered by his host, but dash statements. Let's look at the options. A, candid. B, appealing. C, polite. D, complimentary. Of course, the opposite of derogatory is complimentary. Something derogatory is something negative, something abusive, if you like. Complimentary is, a positive comment about someone. Okay. Question number 2. The audience applauded the last speaker, but the first was dash. Now, the first thing is to look at the underlying word, in this case, applauded. What is the meaning? To applaud means to, you know, uh, to commend, or more appropriately, to cheer someone, you know. Yes, to praise, if you like. The audience applauded the last speaker, but the first was blank. Okay, let's look at the word that should fit in the blank space. A, booed. B, rejected. C, abused. D, scorned. The appropriate answer is A, booed. When the audience boo a speaker, it means they express disapproval. When they applaud a speaker, they express approval and admiration for that speaker, for that speaker's performance. Okay. Now, moving on to question number 3, the commander said that raw recruits could not dislodge the enemies. He needed dash men. So the opposite of raw here, raw is used to describe recruits. Recruits are people who are newly enlisted in the army. And so when they are described as raw, of course, it means they haven't learned much. So let's look at options. We are looking for opposites of raw in this context. A, skilled. B, practical. C, learned, D, seasoned. The answer is D, seasoned. You seasoned are people who are experienced, who know exactly how to do something, who have experienced how to do it practically over time. Now, question number 4. John gave a fictitious account of the incident of the incident, but his son's account was dash. We are looking for opposite of fictitious. A, probable. B, compelling. C, factual. D, necessary. Of course, the opposite of fictitious is factual. Okay, so the answer is C, factual. This brings us to question number 5. While the refuse dump smelled fetid, the orchard exuded a dash smell. We are looking for opposite of fetid. You know, when you look at when you consider the smell or odor of something as fetid, what does it mean? It's of course a negative odor, a foul odor, if you like. So let's look at options: A, fragrant; B, spicy; C, clean; D, dry. And we are looking at, the kind of smell that we can use to describe the orchard, and that is fragrant. A is the answer, fragrant. Okay. Number 6, only some of the accused were acquitted, the rest were dash. When an accused is acquitted, they are declared innocent. Let's look at the opposite of acquitted. A, remanded; B, convicted; C, detained; and D, interdicted. The answer is B, convicted. When an accused person is convicted, the person is pronounced guilty. Question number 7. The principal chastised Ben for the use of coarse uh, language and advised him to emulate his sister's dash behavior. We are looking at the opposite of coarse. All right. Now, A, pure; B, neat; D, refined. C, refined; D, organized. When you talk of behavior, refined should be more appropriate in defining good behavior. So the answer is C, refined. Question number 8. All right. Look at question number 8. Okay. It would have been my pleasure to accept your invitation, but I have to dash it because of previous engagement. A, jettison; B, defer; C, suspend; and D, decline. Yes, it would have been my pleasure to accept. Of course, the underlined word here is accept. Okay, so the word underlined here is accept, and we are looking for the opposite, and the opposite is D, decline. When you accept something, you accept it. That means it is acceptable to you. It is okay with you. But when you decline, you refuse, you reject it. Okay, so that's exactly the way it is. Okay. So let's now move on. Let's move on to the next, and that is question number 9. Older people are expected to be dash where youths are green. Green here means inexperienced. Okay. A, experienced; B, cautious; C, equipped; D, considerate. Of course, the opposite of green in this case is experience, because I already told you green in this context means inexperienced. Okay. So this brings us to question number 10. I accidentally stepped on my brother, but he told mommy I did it dash. The underlying word is accidentally. Now, A, thoughtfully; B, intuitively; C, deliberately; D, annoyingly. When something is accidental, it means it is not planned. But when something is deliberate, that's the opposite of accidental. So the answer is C, deliberately. Question number, we are now moving to section 2, and then we move on to question number 11. From the list of words lettered A to D, choose the one that best completes each of the following sentences. Question number 11. The runner was dashed at 15 at the end of the race. The runner was dashed. So this is about, vocabulary. A, taped. B, timed. C, belled. D, flagged. Runners are usually timed in a race, and so the answer is B, timed. Question 12. The appellate court has blanked the decision of the lower court. Of course, what we call dash, it can be called blank. Okay, we are looking for appropriate word to fill in that blank space. A, obstructed. B, nullified. C, neutralized. And D, balanced. The appellate court has dashed the decision of the lower court. Of course, the legal term is nullify, declared null and void. So the answer is B, nullified. Question 13. The defeated boxer left the ring looking extremely dashed. A, dislocated. B, distorted. C, deserted. D, dejected. When you look dejected, you look downcast, you look depressed. So the answer is D, dejected. Question 14. There is an election dash pending against the senator. A, application. B, appeal. C, petition. D, complaint. Of course, an election petition. Petition is the appropriate word. So the correct answer is C, petition. Question 15. The manager was not in when Ado called, so he left his dash card. A, supplementary. B, complimentary. C, complimentary but with E after L. D, identification. The correct answer is B, complimentary. There is confusion between the complementary in B and the complementary in C. Now, complementary in B is the one that we use with card, complimentary card. Okay, that's the correct thing. Question 16. Coming from the kitchen was the sweet dash of mommy's soup. A, aroma. B, odor. C, fragrance. And D, scent. Of course, you use aroma to describe food. And so the correct answer is A, aroma. Moving on to question 17, there is a need to raise teachers' salary in order to boost their dash or their blank. Of course, we are looking for a word to fit in that, to fill in the blank space. A, spirit. B, moral. C, soul. D, morale. The answer is D, morale. Morale here has to do with their feelings, how they feel. Okay. Question 18. The librarian has not entered the new books in the dash. A, catalog. B, roster. C, list. And D, directory. The correct answer is A, catalog, because that belongs to the vocabulary of library. A catalog is the list of the books. Okay, is where the records of the books are entered. Question number 19. The textbook is very costly. I cannot dash it to my students. A, commit. B, afford. C, endorse. D, recommend. The correct word is recommend. So D is correct. You recommend books to your students. Moving on to question number 20. The weather is too hot. I need some water to dash my test. A, wet. B, quench, C, cool, D, soak. The answer is quench, and so B is the correct option. Now, this brings us to section 3. After each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretations is given. Choose the interpretation that is most appropriate for each sentence. So here we are looking at sentence interpretation and how to figure out the meanings of idiomatic expressions. Let's let's now move on to question number 21. My grandmother once told me that old habits die hard. This means that old habits are A, easily corrected, B, difficult to change, C, short-lived, and D, forever changing. The correct answer is B, difficult to change. If you want to know how to decode idioms, how to figure out the meanings of idioms, browse through this channel and you will find a number of videos dealing with that subject. Okay. Question number 22. If you ask him to sing, he will do it at the drop of a hat. This means that he will sing A, joyfully, B, melodiously, C, immediately, D, sluggishly. At the drop of a hat shows how easily, how speedily something can be done. You can easily drop your hat. So C should be the correct answer, immediately. Question number 23. The man has lost a lot and he only keeps up appearances by driving a big car. This means that the man, when you keep up appearances, you pretend to be what you are not. So A intends to work harder, B pretends that all is well, C wants everybody to see him, D wants to please his people. Of course, the answer is B, pretends that all is well. That's the correct option. Question number 24. The game was tough, but our team lost by a whisker. This means that our team lost by A, default, B, a wide margin, D, not preparing well, C, not preparing well, D, a narrow margin. Of course, when you lose something by a whisker, it's just by a narrow margin. So the answer is D. Now, question number 25. When the result was announced, it was discovered that Bimbo and Pam were neck and neck. When you are neck and neck with your opponent in a competition, then you are having the same result. Okay, this means that Bimbo and Pam A had almost the same result, B failed badly, C had equal results, D passed well. Of course, the answer is C, had equal result. Question number 26. The old woman's birthday was marked by her children with pomp. This means that the birthday was, when you mark something with pomp, you mark it with elaborate, celebration. You celebrate it elaborately. A, greatly celebrated. B, remembered fondly. C, widely advertised. D, filmed and played back. The correct answer is A, greatly celebrated. Question number 27. When the man was accused of stealing the money, nobody raised an eyebrow. This means that nobody was, of course, when you raise an eyebrow, you are surprised. So A, sad, B, pleased, C, interested, and D, surprised. So the correct answer is D. If no one raised an eyebrow, that means nobody was surprised. They already knew that the man was a thief. Okay. Now, moving on to question 28, people do not often rely on men who allow their exalted position to go to their head. When something goes to your head, you become arrogant. Okay. This means that people shun those who A, are highly placed, B, are considered because of their position, C, are rude because of their position, D, do not do their work. Of course, the answer is B, are conceited. because of their position. When you are conceited, you seem to have a very proud opinion of yourself. Moving on to question 29, the manager hit the roof when he was presented with the estimate for the new project. When you hit the roof, you are angry. This means that the manager, A, mobilized the workers, B, became very angry, C, became very suspicious, and D, canceled the project. Of course, the answer is B, became very angry. Question 30, when he received the news that he had lost the election, he did not bat an eyelid. When you do not bat an eyelid, you do not express any feeling. You are not moved. You are unruffled. This means that that he expected to lose the election. B, stood perfectly still. C, was shocked to have lost the election. D, showed no feelings. Of course, the answer is D, showed no feelings. It didn't indicate that he was surprised or that he was unhappy. Now, this brings us to section 4. From the words lettered A to D below each of the following sentences, choose the word or group of words uh, that is nearest in meaning to the underlying word as it is used in the sentence. Now, let's move on to question number 31. The boy was reluctant to carry out the order of his senior. Reluctant means unwilling, all right? So let's look for the word that is nearest in meaning. A, adamant. B, slow. C, sluggish. D, unwilling. Of course, the correct option is B, is D, unwilling. All right, when you are reluctant, you are unwilling. Question 32. Dr. Aziz declined the offer to chair the meeting. The word declined is underlined. A, rescinded. B, shunned. C, refused. And D, avoided. Of course, the correct option is C, refused. He refused the offer. Okay, refuse. When you decline something, you refuse. So, question 33, the match came to an abrupt end when the rain started. When something happens, when something is abrupt, it is sudden, unexpected. A, sharp. B, brisk. D, quick. And C, quick. D, sudden. The correct option is D, sudden. Came to a sudden end. Now, question 34. The boy came through the window as stiltily as he could. When you do something stiltedly, stiltily, you do it in order, as quietly as possible so that you won't be noticed. A, quietly. B, carefully. C, quickly. D, slowly. The correct option is A, quietly. Okay. Question 35. Bimbo was satisfied with the result she got. Satisfied. Okay. A, positive. B, surprised. C, contented. And D, appeased. When you are satisfied, you are contented with the result. So the correct option is C, contented. Let's now move on to question 36. It is absurd that people find it difficult to be honest. When something is absurd, it is strange, it is abnormal. Okay, A, strange. B, abnormal. C, alarming. D, interesting. Of course, the more appropriate one is A, strange. It is strange. Okay. Now, question number 37. Even a mediocre student can pass that test. When someone is mediocre, they are just of average, they can produce average performance. So A, dull. B, fresh. C, average. D, lazy. Of course, the answer is C, average. 38. We call the carpenter to repair the broken door. The underlying word is repair. A, restore. B, renovate, C, replace, and D, mend. Of course, the correct answer is D, mend. When you can mend a broken door. Okay. Now, moving on, we now look at the next question. Okay. Question 39. Mrs. Okpala gave the drunk a contemptuous look. You know, contemptuous. A, happy. B, sorrowful. C, knowing. Of course, D, scornful. Scornful is the correct answer. Now, this brings us to question number 40. The Vice Chancellor's speech at the occasion was misconstrued. If something is misconstrued, it is misunderstood. A, misrepresented. B, misquoted. C, misunderstood. And D, misreported. Of course, the correct option is C, misunderstood. Question 41. Well, let's look at section 5, the instruction on how to answer the question. Then we move on to question number 41. From the words or groups of words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. Now, question 41. The soldiers laid dash the town to arrest the terrorists. A, siege on. B, siege to. C, siege with. D, siege by. Of course, the answer is B, siege to. When you lay siege to a town, the soldiers lay siege to a town, they surround the town, ready to attack or invade the town or arrest people in the town. Okay. Question 42. Power has not been restored dash many parts of the town. A, to. B, of course, is a test on how to use preposition. B, in. C, for. And D, with. The correct option is A, to. Power has not been restored to many parts of the town. Question 43. We got to the hall after the play dash started. A, is. B, has. C, had. And D, was. Of course, the correct option is C, had. After the play had started, you use the past perfect to talk about two actions in the past, and to specifically talk about the first action. When you have two actions, we go to the hall after the play had started. Getting to the hall is one thing, then the play starting it. So two things are talked about, and we use had for the first one. Now, question number 44. The woman said the maid should dash all the plates before going to bed. A, wash out. B, wash off. C, wash off. D, wash away. Of course, the correct option is B, wash off. We wash off when you talk of washing all of them. Okay. Question number 45. John, would you mind lifting the box? Okay. Then, of course, this is a tag question, and we are looking at the appropriate response. John, would you mind lifting the box? How do you respond to it? Option A, yes, I do. B, no, I wouldn't. C, yes, I wouldn't. D, no, I don't. Of course, the answer is B, no, I wouldn't. Would you mind? No, I wouldn't mind. Okay, so that's the appropriate response. 46, it was a long poem, but Rashid lent it dash. A, from memory. A, to memory. B, by heart. C, to heart. Of course, the correct option is C, by heart. When you learn something by heart, of course, you commit it to memory. Okay. Question number 47. Let's begin all over again. Dash. So is another question tag. Okay. May we, let's begin all over again. May we, is that the correct option? B, shall we? C, can we? D, must we? Of course, the correct option is B, shall we? Shall we? Question 48. Something must be wrong with the screwdriver. He is dash today. A, rather driving carelessly. B, carelessly driving rather. C, driving rather carelessly. D, rather carelessly driving. The correct option is C, driving rather carelessly. 49. What I admire about our football team is that they love dash. A, themselves. B, one another. C, the other. D, ourselves. The correct option is B, one another. When you are talking of two persons, you can say each other. But when you are talking of three or more persons, you talk about one another. These are reciprocal pronouns. Number 50, this is the teacher dash told me the answer. A, whom I said. B, who I said. C, who I said he. D, I said that he. The correct option is A, whom I said told me the answer. Now, question 51, Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher. Dash. A, should she? B, didn't she? C, did she? D, could she? The appropriate answer is A, should she. Now, when an auxiliary verb is used in a statement, it is repeated in the tag question. Okay, that's the rule. So this brings us to 52. She wondered if the water was not dash hot for drinking. A, very. B, so. C, much. D, too. The answer is D, too. She wondered if the water was not too hot for drinking. 53. I told him not to play dash fire. You play with fire, or that's the preposition. A, on. B, with. C, beneath. D, upon. The correct option, of course, is B. I told him not to play with fire. Moving on to 54, we enjoyed ourselves dash much at the party. A, too much. B, that much. C, as much. D, very much. The answer is D, very much. 55. You will need to commit the formula dash memory. A, to. B, in. C, for. D, by. Of course, A is the answer. You commit something to memory. Question 56. The ushers told the people to dash their shoes before they enter the hall. A, put off. B, put out. C, take off. D, take out. The correct option is C, take off. You take off your shoe. Okay. 57. That book is neither dash. A, his or yours. B, his, not yours. C, his, nor yours. D, his own, nor yours. Of course, the correct option is C, his nor yours. Neither goes with nor, either goes with all. Okay, those are correlative conjunctions. Okay, or correlatives, if you like. Question 58. The boy vomited a lot on the journey. Doctor told us he suffered from dash. A, travel sickness. B, traveling sickness. C, travel sicknesses, D, traveler sickness. The correct option is A, travel sickness. 59. The man gave the girl a dash fountain pen. A, small new blue. B, blue small new. C, blue new small. D, new small blue. The word order of adjectives. That's the knowledge being tested here. And the correct option, of course, is A, small new blue. Because, you know, when you have uh, two or more adjectives, there is a rule that determines which one comes first and which one comes next. So small is size. Size comes before color. Color is, I mean, size comes before age, and age comes before color. Okay, I call it I call the this acronym those as COM. D for determiner. Determiner comes first. O for opinion. Opinion adjectives. Then here for size. A for age. Another S here for shape, and then color, then O for origin, M for material, and B for purpose. So browse through the channel and you'll find the video on the word order of adjectives. That will help you to know how to determine which adjective comes first, where you have multiple adjectives modifying a noun in a sentence. So moving on, we get to question 60. I realized that I dashed you before. A, had met. B, met. C, have met. D, meet. The correct option is A, had met. I realized that I had met you before. Okay, that's the use of the past perfect for the first incident, the first event where you have two or more, two actions reported in the past. Question 61, the boy had been warned not to dash the money given to him. A, losing. B, lose. C, lost. D, lose. Okay, the correct option is D, lose. That's to misplace something. It's different from the other LOOSE, which is, when something is really not tied. A, the police officer was sacked because he gave Dash the command's secret. A, off. B, in. C, away. D, up. The correct option is C, away. When you give away someone's secret, you disclose it, okay? 63, he bought a new set of Dash television. A, colored. B, color. C, colors. D, coloring. Because the correct option is B, color. It's color television, not colored television. So this brings us to 64. The newspaper reported that everybody died in the accident. A, hardly. B, almost. C, scarcely. D, barely. The correct option is B, almost everybody died in the accident. 65. He isn't coming here. A, is he? B, isn't he? C, doesn't he? D, does he? He isn't coming here. The rule is positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So here, if you have negative in the statement, you need to have positive in the question tag. So the correct option is A, is he. He isn't coming here, is he? Number 66. That blank are often carried. A, mother-in-law. B, mother-in-laws. C, mothers-in-laws. D, mothers-in-law. The correct option is D, mothers-in-law. 67. A spoiled child is usually prone dash laziness. A, to, B, for, C, with, D, at. You are prone to something. So A is the correct answer. A spoiled child is usually prone to laziness. Question 68. We do not accept the punishment dash the boy. A, method to, B, method on, C, method out to, D, method into. The answer is C, method out to. 69. The team practiced intensely for weeks before the match dash it lost. A, still, yet, still yet. B, for, C, yet, D, despite. The correct option is C, yet. You know, A is a tautology. When you say still yet, the team practiced intensely for weeks before the match, yet it lost. If you say still yet it lost, that is a tautology. The correct answer is C, yet it lost. 70, the last but not the least question. You cannot come between my sister and dash. A, myself, B, me, C, I, D, mine. The correct option is B, me, because me is the objective form, and the objective pronoun is always in the object position. You cannot come between my sister and me. So if you choose I, you are placing it wrongly. I is a subjective pronoun and can only be used at the initial. You can say I did something, but you cannot say someone did something to I. No, someone did something to me, but I did something to someone. Okay, so that is how to identify which form of pronoun to use and in which position in a sentence. Now, this is where we draw the curtain on today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, kindly leave them in the comments below. See you in the next class. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video. Thank you and